everyone, it's Dog here for AIPT, and what have we got here? Is it real? Could I have really found one? Yes! A Toys R Us exclusive Marvel Legends Hydra 2-pack. You thought it wasn't possible, but here it is. It must have just been my lucky day. I didn't spend inflated eBay prices, I didn't jack a truck, I found it on a store shelf the old-fashioned way. And here it is, the Hydra Soldier with all his armaments. That must be it has to be an ode to Taskmaster, isn't it? With the Udon helmet. And here's the other big bad bruiser, otherwise known as the Enforcer. $40 at your local Toys R Us, if you can find it. Look, I'm not going to say much more. I know you want to see what's in here. It's one of those kind of videos. Just tear it open and look. Here we go. Okay, so here they are out of the package. You can see I've already switched the heads around. There's the Udon mask on the Soldier. And I decided to put this gas mask looking thing over on the Enforcer. So as you can see, the heads are completely interchangeable. Both of these two were on the Soldier's side in the box. But you can mix them up however you want. And it's the same way with the weapons. I'm going to be honest though, I had a hard time getting some of these weapons into the hands. The hands were very tight, like the Hydra agents needed a massage or something. Their muscles are just very tense, and they didn't want to unclench. So I had to do a lot of prying of the fingers. I don't know how normal that is. And I was actually a little afraid that I might have damaged things, but I finally got him in there, and I'll be honest, the Soldier, his hands are not so good. Well, he's holding this now pretty well, this rifle sort of thing, but it is kind of loose. You can see there's some play there, and this canister there, with the very nice Hydra detail on it, it will come loose. Which is good and bad, I guess, at the same time. It's cool that it comes off, but it might pop loose when you're not expecting it. The Enforcer does hold the bazooka type weapon very well. That fits nicely into his hand. And then, of course, there's the other heads. There's a lot of motion. I'm just going to put this one down, for example. There is a lot of motion in the joints. The ankles move, they turn, they go up and down. Very articulated. Cool detail on knee pads even. The knees move. The shoulders, here, let me dump his bazooka real quick. Okay, he's holding that very well. Make a liar out of me. Boom. The arms, you can see there, wrist, elbow. Shoulder is actually a very close proximity, facsimile to actual anatomy. It's a ball and socket. That's pretty cool. Sometimes hard to maneuver though. Again, maybe they just need to be unstiffened a little. I worry a little about overextending things. You see they stand pretty okay. I can do that with one hand. It's a very strange way to hold a knife, ineffective in battle, but what are you going to do? But maybe the coolest thing that maybe you would expect from some higher end figures, but maybe not so much from Marvel Legends, is you see this little here. I wonder if you can hear this. Here, I'll put them down again. Did you hear that pop? The vest comes off! It's the Magic Mike of the Hydra Enforcers, because he's going to take this off right now. I may need to pause it for the full effect. So here they are again. I actually think the additional vest that came with the package was not going to fit on the big Enforcer here, so he's just going barrel-chested for maximum intimidation. So I put the vest over on the Soldier, who was wearing this little, sexy number at first. And you can see that comes off too. There's one strap that opens right there. Stand him back up. He's striking a pose. There we go. As you can see, I changed the head because to get the little strappy number off, you pretty much have to take his head off. It's a tight fit, and even then he has to do some contortions. But getting the new vest on was a little onerous as well. It was kind of like putting on your prom tux 20 years later. But it's on there, and he's kind of letting it all hang out right now. Tried the different guns in the hands. This one fit a little better. This one still has some kind of weird play. Doesn't really sit all that great. Definitely easier to get into the hands now that I've warmed them up a little bit. So that's encouraging. So yeah, as you can see, you can switch heads, switch outfits, switch guns. So as people say, there is if you buy a couple of these, there is a potential for army building. Just so you see how easily that comes out. A little too easily, if you ask me. But you know, I gotta say though, I am a little disappointed with some of the features. I would have liked, you know, I understand this is Marvel Legends. This isn't, you know, the higher end stuff like the Mezco I've done. But I would have liked some more hands, just for different, you know, poses, different action scenes. But you know, it was only $40 for 2 figures and some cool weaponry and a few heads and some clothes. So it's, you know, it's still probably more than you usually get from Marvel Legends. So what can you say? Well, let's take a step back and see what I do say. The Hydra 2-pack exclusive from Toys R Us. I know a lot of us were anticipating it. Lucky enough to find one in the wild, as they say. You know what? This might be a cautionary tale because maybe you don't want to go out of your way for this immediately. It is cool. I like it. I'm glad I got it. But like I said, you know, there are some issues with the joints. They're going to need some softening up. And again, you know, the more I've, you know, dealt with it, moved things around, they do loosen up. The hands on the soldier in particular, you can see the funky way he's holding his weapons there. They don't seem so good, not right now. The Enforcer, on the other hand, he's got good mitts. He can catch anything you throw at him. So that's a little disappointing. And the vest, as you can see, I've kind of put them back to their factory presets, if you will, right now. Took the vest off the soldier, which was very, very difficult. So difficult, in fact, that in the process of doing so, I discovered that the belt comes off. The belt comes off because I accidentally knocked it off while I was trying to get the vest off him again. But again, those things might get easier with time. There's a lot of variability here. I might have wanted more. Maybe I'm expecting too much from a $40 package of 2 figures. So all in all, kind of a mixed bag on the Hydra 2-pack. I like it. I'm not in love with it. I might grow to like it more as time goes on. In fact, you know, this, you know what, this does not satisfy me. This is nice, but I think I'm going to need more henchmen to compare. We'll see how that goes. We'll see you next time. This is Dog for AIPT.